Hello, my name is Daniel Collins. I'm here to walk you through the installation of the Jensen Macro Library for your Excel. This should be pretty simple, pretty straightforward, but there are a few quirks that I've found, and it seems to be complicated enough that there are many questions that come to me about it. So here we go. As you can see here, I've got the ORMM library page right here. There it is, in case you need it. So this is the page that you need to go to get to the Jensen library. You just Google Jensen library, Jensen Macro Library, Jensen Macro Excel, whatever. It should bring you to this. Go to the ORMM section, or whatever you find should be here. If you're in the ORMM section, you can just find your way to the page that I was just on. I know, helpful, right? Anyway, so you download the Jensen library, which is what I have here on this, right? So you get the downloads and you extract it, and this is what it looks like. There's a lot here. Don't worry about it. We're going to take care of this all in just a couple steps. Now, the first thing you want to do is figure out where you want to put this on your PC. I'm sorry. Let me get myself out of here. Why, thanks, Charter. So first thing you want to do is you want to figure out where you want to put all this stuff. So my suggestion is in this file right here. So if you get into Excel, right, and you go here and you look at your options, and you go to add-ins, because that's what it is, it's an add-in, right? So if you look through here, you've got some Excel packs that are already installed maybe. The solver is a pretty good one, you should have that installed. And it gives you a location of where it references it. Program files, Microsoft Office, this root folder, and then whatever version of Office you're using, and then library. So I've chosen to put mine in this same section, right? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to go here, I'm going to grab this Jensen lib page or folder, copy it so that if I mess up I have a copy, and then throw it in here. Yeah. Don't know why I don't automatically have permissions for that. So now it's in here, right? So we got this in here. Now, if you go back to the website, right, and you go to ORMM, this add-in basics section should have all the information you need to get started. It'll tell you how to install the add-ins here in case what I'm saying doesn't make sense or you come into your own problem. But essentially, that library we just downloaded has the tools that you need to add in. It's like it comes with its own installation files, like everything else. So, first thing while we have this open, right, is you want to add that manage go. So this gives you your add-ins that you currently can have installed to Excel. The first thing I'm going to tell you is the Analysis Tool Pack and the Analysis Tool Pack VBA. Don't have those on when you're doing this, and I'll show you later, but that'll be your first issue if you have it. But go to Browse, hit the Browse button, brings open your browser window here, your Windows Explorer window, and go ahead, find your way through, to where you just put everything. I have it in a different install location on my other computer, but here we go. So we've got the library here, and you want to start with add ORMM. This is the add-in that you want right now, right? So you click on that file. It's an Excel add-in. Click. So now it's available in your add-ins right here, and you want to go OK, And now if we come up here to add-ins, it's right there. Now I don't think I can run it yet because, let's see, is it going to do it? There are some issues that you can run into right off the bat. So if I close Excel and then restart Excel, blank worksheet, add-ins, yeah. Oh, I got them. Not a valid worksheet. Okay. So it says they're installed. I'm not exactly sure why they're not happening, but let's go over some other things that you might need to do to get it to work. Trust Center. So two things. You're going to have to mess with the Trust Center, and then you're going to have to mess with the Developer tab, right? So the other way to get to that add-ins menu is you go here to Developer Add-ins. And nope, it's not going to like that. Excel add-ins. Brings up all of this. See, now everything's installed here, right? So you can go in and you can say, oh, I need Solver. And go, okay. And then boom, you have the Solver add-in somewhere. But to open this, you have to go to Options, Customize Ribbon, and then you can add in your Developer tab here. Okay, so we're back and we got it working. I installed a bit more, so here I'll go ahead and uninstall everything. Go back through the process again so you can see. Yeah. Okay. You can. Okay. And then we'll get rid of that. We'll restart Excel, not PowerPoint. Goodbye. Blank worksheet. We'll make it full page. We'll go over to add-ins and see we're right here with ORMM. Add ORMM. So we've got our linear, we've got our network solver. Let's do math programming. Why not? And then we'll just stick with that. The more add-ins that you put in at one time, the longer it's going to take for Excel to load again. So if you open this window, you see down here it says opening all these different macros. So we go back over here and hey, we got our bunch of stuff here and boom, there we go. So one of the big fixes that you're going to find is as you go through and load in a bunch of these modules, it actually doesn't register right away. The values aren't there. So it could be a bit clunky at times. The best thing to do is to go through the motions of adding it in and then exiting out of Excel and restarting it and see if you got something there. And even if it doesn't work right away, do that like 2 or 3 times. Believe it or not, it can really help. So the other thing is for your add-ins, so let's go over to Developer here and Excel add-ins. You need the solver. A bunch of what this library does is based off of the solver, apparently, the built-in Excel solver, and they say that on the website. So you could run into a bunch of errors if you don't have the solver add-in in place. But you don't want the analysis tool pack. And now this is, I mentioned it earlier, so this is why you don't want the analysis tool pack, right? So I've got everything here, but I'm going to turn it off, turn it on again, and on my laptop, it should be gone. This is a fairly reliable bug. Yeah, see? It's all gone. But you'll notice, especially if you have a bunch of these plugins put in, that they still load. So there's some bug or something going on with the analysis tool packs here that keeps the other macros from showing up and working correctly. So just taking those out and restarting Excel. Blank workbook. They're all right back here. Everything works. So there you go. couple of different things. You may have to go into the Trust Center here and kind of find where your catalogs and documents and locations are and add in a bunch of locations. If you manage to put your library in a trusted location already, see, default location for add-ins. If you manage to put it in something already that's a default location that's in the Trust Center, usually you don't have any problems. If you have problems, you need to come into this Trust Center and you need to add that file directory wherever you put that library. Otherwise, you're going to run into security issues because Excel gets very, very, very dicey when it comes to macro permissions. And that's because it's essentially running user-generated code in the background, right? So in case you've never seen this, you can go over here to Visual Basic and you see that Excel has its own programming environment in here. So if I come in here, oops, see, password protected. Jensen doesn't like us messing around with that. But, so there you go. As far as macro security is concerned, you don't have to enable all macros. If you're still running into permissions issues, you might have to come in here and enable all macros. As far as everything else, there's really no other permission that expressly applies. So if you run into permission issues, it's usually your Trust Center locations right here. Anyways, if you do run into issues, go ahead and leave a comment or shoot me a DM or something. And if I'm still around on that account, I'll try and help you out. Depends on how many years from the video it is. If not, I hope this video helped you, and good luck with your linear programming and stuff.